Fish keeping story. It all started when I had a co-teacher who's moving houses and is looking for somebody to adopt their common goldfish. This poor common goldfish was named Angel. She was placed on a tiny gallon of tank for a long time, so we moved him in a square bigger one. Still barely good, but we thought it could work for a while. At the time, I was still living in an apartment complex, and having an actual pet would cost me $500, except for fishes. Fishes do not have pet fee in my complex, and I decided why not. Add a little life to my lonely apartment. We added some actual bamboo plant to help him a bit, and a ghost shrimp to help clean up as well. He seems to feel better, because before he only lives on a half-gallon tank. This is a 1.5 gallon. I know it's not ideal, but it's going to get better. Then my boyfriend at the time. Now my husband has noticed how much I enjoyed taking care of Angel. He bought me a fancy goldfish. At the time, we have zero knowledge on fish keeping, so we thought putting the fancy goldfish in a jar would be a good idea. Of course, we learned the hard way. We did a lot of research and learned a lot along the way. We named this one Goldie. We noticed he hasn't been eating and got really worried. We learned about the new tank syndrome and how a goldfish is a social fish and how oval or circle tanks are not good for them. So we thought buying a second fish would be a good idea and moving it on the triangle tank would be better. Of course, again, we learned the hard way. We did more digging and figured they needed a bigger tank to thrive and survive. So my boyfriend and I went looking at Marketplace to find some cheap second-hand tank we could move them into. While on the lookout, my boyfriend saw a mystery snail in the pet store and figured it would be a great help to the environment since goldfish are messy fishes. So we got one black mystery snail named Blackie. We got lucky and found a 5-gallon tank with lights and accessories. We moved them right away. They seems to be enjoying this tank a lot better. Then we tried problem-solving Angel's situation. We tried contacting the previous owner. She was selling an 8-gallon tank for $30, but we tried negotiating since we lack budget at this time. She gave the 8-gallon tank to us for $15. We moved Angel right away and did not fill it up to let him acclimate. This seems to make him so much happier. Blackie the snail seems to be enjoying the castle as well. They stayed on this tank for a couple of months until an unexpected event happened. Our local pet store has a tank for sale on a very cheap price. We debated a lot on whether to spend money on it or not, because we have bigger plans ahead of us. Meanwhile, I remembered that I have a coworker who loves plants. I did some reading and figured out that adding real plants would really benefit my tank's ecosystem. I asked if I would have a few clippings of her pothos plant, which actually works well with goldfishes, and she gave me a long one. At this time, we have been going back and forth to the local pet store to learn better and figure out a way to give them quality life. While in the process of we realized that we also want to have some betta fish, which led to the purchase of Jimmy and Pinky. Before we know it, the one tank that we have has multiplied to 4. I know. We haven't even established the old ones yet, and we added another fishes. But trust me, it's going to get better. Let's go back to our local pet store sale. They put a 25-gallon tank for sale for about $25 only. My husband thought it was a great deal, so we bought it. Got it set up right away, and before we know it, we are on another Dalma. We added too many fishes too soon. They was the hardest part of my goldfish's life. Please stay tuned for part 2.